recording. I guess we are recording at the moment. Okay. All right. So the outline for the tutorial today is in front of you. I will give a quick introduction about the course and the TAs, of course, and the expectations that we have regarding the tutorials. I believe Dr. Ayman already talked to you about the course in general. So today we will focus only on the tutorials. And finally, we will start our first tutorial together. And as I told you, no worries. I will post this presentation on OWL with the recording after we finish the class. Okay, as you know now, IMO, that's my email. Feel free to contact me anytime. Also, Sebastian and Munji are joining us today, and they will be with us during the entire semester. If you guys can take a minute, please go ahead and introduce yourselves, Munji and Sebastian.
Yeah, I'm Sebastian. I think most of you had me last semester in Social Dynamics 1. I think we had a lot of fun. It was great. We're gonna have as much fun with this one, with Finite. So I'm a PhD candidate at Western. I'm working on suspension bridges, nothing too complicated. And finite element analysis is a big part of my research. So I'm very familiar with all the subject, all the course matter that you have here in this course. So yeah, go ahead, Munji.
I'm Munji. You guys know me from Indeterminate Structure course last semester. And I'm sure you guys, if you enjoyed that course, you're gonna enjoy this course a lot more. I'm a master's student in my final semester, unlike your other two TAs who are doing their PhDs. So if you guys have any questions, make sure to ask me and not them. And I think you guys are really gonna enjoy this course. So back to Abu Ghazia.
All right, thank you, Munji. All right, so regarding the course, or like the introduction in general for the course, as you know already, this is a condensed course that contains two important topics. The first one is the finite element analysis, and the second one is the lateral load design. In both courses, you will use SAP2000 heavily in modeling different structural elements, like you will model beam elements, bar elements, shear walls, and we'll try to cover most of the basics in this course. That's why we will use SAP2000 heavily in this course. And the second part that I would like to stress on, that we expect you to collaborate together during the tutorials. That is why you will start working on groups starting next week, which means that this week only, you will submit part A individually on Gradescope. But this is the first and the last time. Starting next week, you will work on part A and submit the assignment as a group. You guys, as I told you in the announcement, you have until Friday to send me a list that contains your group members. If I didn't receive your name by Friday, I will assign you randomly. And this is something that I don't really want to do, because I want you guys to choose your group mates, because I want you to be comfortable and excited to work together, you know, like with your friends and so on, and collaborate together, because it will make your learning experience during the course completely different. But for part B, you're supposed to shine and show off, you know, what you learned, but individually. So I would also recommend that you take your time to present your work nicely, and to assign some time by the end of each like assignment to just spend some time caring about the presentation and so on. All right, so before the tutorials, if there's anything that we need you to do before tutorials, we will let you know, as we did already. Like for this tutorial, for example, we wanted you guys to download and have access to SAP2000. So we sent you like a couple of announcements. If there is anything else that is, you know, resembling something like that, we will ask you about that in advance, so you prepare something before the tutorial. During the tutorial, as I told you, you will usually have a TA. It's either Sebastian, Munji, or myself. someone will give a demonstration regarding the topic that we are working on for the tutorial. This will usually last for around an hour, more or less. It depends on the topic itself. And then we will open the breakout rooms for you. Then that's your turn. You will work together, and all the TAs will be floating around the groups to assist you if you have any questions regarding the assignment or regarding the model that you are modeling and so on. So yeah, and also if we feel that all the groups are stuck with something in the assignment, we will call everyone back to the main room and we will try to explain that particular part to everyone. Then you guys can go back again to the room and work on the assignments afterwards after we clear anything that is problematic about the assignment. As I told you, you'll have to submit part A by the end of the tutorial. Usually part A is like a question or two, very straightforward, very basic, about what you studied already or like what you learned in the lecture. Or it will be something like this one that you see in the screen. It's an answer sheet, and you are required to fill these blanks based on, you know, like the model. Like for example, today we are providing the model. So you will only have to run the model and get the values, like, and you start filling the answer sheet with the values that you have already, or you can just get out of the model. But afterwards, you will have to build the model by yourself, and you have to provide these answers afterwards. So, and also like, we will ask you to present some, you know, screenshots from the model and so on, but none of that will be for today because we are providing you already with the model. And yeah, so that's for the slide. Then after the tutorials, as I told you, we will use Gradescope, and Dr. Ayman wanted me to stress on that part. So he wants you guys to be familiar with this tool as soon as possible. It's very convenient tool, and I guess it's very beneficial. And you will get like feedbacks as well on your assignment, like in a very detailed way for each part and so on. So it's very good. And yeah, regarding the discussions, and if you have any questions after the tutorial, we have like 3 options. Like what we have usually, we have the office hours, and we have also the online forum that Dr. Ayman wanted you guys to start using as much as you can, because you will get participation marks, like you will get some bonuses if you use the online forum to post questions, or, you know, to post, you know, like videos or whatever, something that you need, something related to the course. If you have any question or something like that, you can just post it on the forum, and then we will monitor the forum. Dr. Ayman will monitor the forum. Everyone can, you know, answer each other. It will be also like part of like the learning experience for this semester. Or also, you still have the email. You can send us emails, but try to, you know, use the office hours, the online forum, and then the emails afterwards. For the office hours, I will share with you a poll to choose what time would be the best. But I believe that either Wednesday or Thursday will be the best, as you can, you know, have some time to study and work on part B before the deadline, but also like after we meet for the office hours, you will have some time to apply, you know, like what you like to do the part B by yourself afterwards. You don't have to be in a rush. So I recommend one of these days. So I have 2 days for options. I will open the polls now, and you guys can vote anonymously on that. All right, go ahead and vote. We'll wait for like a minute. Guys, can you see the poll? Oh, perfect. All right. Interesting. We have 3 more. You guys have 4 to 5 people in each group. So feel free to choose, you know, like a group that is around for 4 mates. You're welcome. All right, perfect. All right, so this is the result. As you guys can see, the popular vote, the better than the ones in the US, is Wednesday from 3 to 4, which means it is tomorrow. So if you guys have any questions, you know, just prepare all the questions for tomorrow at 3. And yeah, our next office hours will be tomorrow at 3. All right. Cool. Then let's jump into today's tutorial. Okay, so this is the interface that you will see when you open SAP2000, and you can open an existing file using different methods. The most popular one is by opening the SDB file from the file menu. It's very, very like straightforward. You press file, the first tab that you see on the left corner, file, open, then you can choose the file directly. Yes, you guys will have the material for this, for the material. I will give you like a material, but it will be available like in 30 minutes. Otherwise, I will just share it with you guys, but it's just because that's how we organized the tutorial. I will work on the stuff in front of you to show you how to use the program and the features and so on. And then you will get these slides, and also you will get a PDF file that contains the methods and how to use the SAP and everything. All right. Okay, so as I told you, you can open a SAP file, existing SAP file already, using file and then open and then choose the SDB file. But there is another method that is very important that we want you to know how to use. It's that to import S2K file. If you're opening SDB file, you open a file that is in the same version of the model that you have, like in the same version of the software that you have. For example, I have 2 versions of the file of SAP. I have SAP 2000 version 19, and I have, this is the one that is available on the web store at Western. And I have also another version that is SAP 2000, but it's 22, the latest version. If I have a model that I created using the latest version, I cannot open this file on the older version. That's why you will have to convert the model into S2K file, which is like kind of a text file that is written in a specific way. And then afterwards, you will have to import this to an older version. So this is a more professional way to use SAP. And I will go ahead and stop sharing. Then we can open SAP together, and I can show you. Okay, let's stop sharing the screen. All right, share. And okay, so I will go ahead and use first. Okay, so this is the interface of SAP. This is the one that I have already virtually. So I will go ahead. It's gonna be a little bit slow because this is a virtual desktop that I am accessing from my home. The desktop is at Western, and then I will ask the Okay, so I will import. I will go ahead to go for S2K text file. You can see file, import, SAP2000 S2K file, text file. Then I will open this. We'll go for new model, and I will access my desktop from the desktop that is at Western. So as you can see, these local desks, those are at Western, okay? But I will use mine here. This is my PC, or like my laptop that I'm using. You'll see like a lot of like programs and so on, and you can see very, very slow because of like the downloading and the uploading from back and forth. We'll go to users, and I will choose my user name, which is this one. And I will go to desktop. Here is desktop. And that is my desktop. And this is the S2K file. And as you can see, it's like the file that I have, it's called 3D frame S2K. That is S2K. So I open this file, and then I will receive a message that, okay, so this is the message, the accessed already the database. And you can, like read this message afterwards, like you can just do it by yourself, but it says like, these stuff have been successfully read. The loads and the connectivity between the members and everything. So you will just go ahead and accept that. So this is the model that I just imported using S2K file, right? So this is one of the methods. I would like also to share with you the S2K file and like how it look like. Give me a second. Desktop 3D frame. All right. So this is the file that I just opened. Okay, so this is the file that I just opened. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward. It's just a lot of words and a lot of connections, a lot of information that you can even edit yourself, but if you're good at coding, and then you can create the model using this technique. You don't have to have an interface to model a specific element or like a structure. So I just wanted you to know about this technique first, because it's very beneficial. All right, back to our model, and then I will use the newer version for SAP that I have on my laptop. Okay, so this is the newer version of SAP. I will go ahead and use the other technique in which I can just open the file directly. So you go to File and Open, and then you'll see now I'm accessing my desktop right away. I don't have any other virtual desktops here, as you can see on that side. All right, so I will go ahead and share the 3D frame. It's the same one. You can see. Okay, this is the file. All right, we at the moment we will go ahead and share a little bit about the features that you can use. You can see here we have two different views. Both of them are 3D views, but you can see that one of them has like numbers and the other one doesn't have any numbers. What are those numbers? These numbers are the numbers of the elements here. How to hide and show these IDs for each element. It's easy. You can just go ahead to view and set display option. So at the beginning, you go to view tab and then set display option. When you choose set display option, you will see that there is a joint tab, tab for joints. It has labels, restraints, and everything. And there is another frames and everything for cables, solids, links, tendons, and areas and everything. But what we care about at the moment in this specific element or this specific model is that we have only joints connect together using some frames. So we need only to work on the joints and the frames. So we will show the assignment or like the labels of the joints and hide the labels of the frame. So we would go press apply, or like we can hide everything first. Here, apply. You can see everything disappeared. If we show the labels or like the labels of the joints only, apply, you can see that each joint had a number. And these numbers are assigned already after we started to model our model. If you would like to switch, we can just hide the labels of the joints and we show the labels of the frames and click apply. And then you can see the labels for the frames appeared. Right? Okay, do you guys have any questions so far? You can unmute yourself and just ask the question. No? All right.
So it's
Yep.
not a question about this.
Yeah.
When you put your office hours on Wednesdays from 3 to 4, we have a materials lab during that time.
Okay. Why didn't you just say that like a little bit earlier? We could have.
Sorry, I messaged you in the chat and you didn't see my message.
Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, what time would work for you? Like Thursday from 3 to 4?
Well, like I'm not too sure. Like you can give the class the poll again. I'm just saying like the results from the poll, like
yeah,
it's going to conflict with one of our labs.
Yeah, okay, so I will keep the one that is popular the same, and I will have another one to accommodate for those who cannot attend this one. So I'm asking, what would work for you? So would it be okay to go for like Thursday, 3 to 4? It would be like both. I will have 2 office hours only this week. And then starting from next week, we will change that. Is that okay?
Yeah, it sounds good.
All right, guys. Okay, so we have like 2 hours. The first will be on Thursday. The second would the first will be on Wednesday, 3 to 4, and then Thursday from 3 to 4. Wednesday and Thursday, same time, 3 to 4. All right. Back to the modeling and like the features of SAP2000. No questions so far?
I just have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you going to be uploading these files on OWL now or after your presentation?
Yeah, I mean like, okay, so I will upload the presentation and everything after the class, but there is a PDF file that contains like every details about how to do everything that I'm doing now with a little bit of some pictures and stuff. This will be available like in 30 minutes. I can just send it to you guys. I can just upload it like right now. But I guess Dr. Ayman set the timer on OWL. It will be released around like 10:30 after this presentation. All right.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. All right. So this is for the view options for labels. Okay. Also, there is another feature that I think it's pretty straightforward. From view, you can zoom in and zoom out and use the pan, but everything here, like I never usually myself, it's a personal preference. I don't really go to view and then, like zoom out a little bit or like, zoom in. I just use the tab here and I just go ahead and click the pen and I move the model like this. I scroll, in and out to zoom in and out and so on. So it's pretty straightforward as well. As you can see, I have multiple views. I can go ahead, for example, for this view and use only like, X, Y, this is the plane view. So as you can see, also there is a turquoise line on the right side of the screen. It shows where I am at the moment because like we have like planes that are like similar to each other. So for example, if I go up, just have to move this a little bit. Okay, so if I'm here and I will go up, So you can see that I'm here at XY plane at Z equal 15, and it appears on the other side of the 3D view, where I am at the moment on the other view. We can, move up and down using these arrows that are next to the glass. It's called perspective. So next to those, you can just go up and down to move between the different levels. So as you can see, Z equals 9, and then equals 6, and then 3, and then now we are on the base, which we can see the fixation of the joints. All right. How to do that? You can delete it. You can delete like a specific view by just clicking an X, and then you will have only one view. If you would like to add another one, there is an arrow next to the X on the right side. You can just click add new window, and then you will have a new window, and then afterwards you can just choose the perspective that you would like to see. If it's like here, it's XZ view or YZ view or XY view, whatever. You can just change it as much as you want. You can have, like even specific views, depends on like what you actually want to see in a specific setting. All right, any questions so far? No?
Yeah, I have a
question. Go ahead.
Is there any way to make like our version, like the virtual version, like less slow? Like it's really like slow to the touch.
Yeah, I told you guys, it's very, very slow. That's why, because it's understandable. It's like you are uploading your data so you can access the desktop at Western. And then you're asking the desktop at Western to download the data from the desktop at Western at your computer. And then with each order you are giving, you transfer, back and forth. So I know it's very slow. So that's why it's very convenient to have the physical version of SAP on your laptop. But I know it's a little bit slow. I understand that. That's why actually I'm using the one that I have on my desktop, because the virtual one is very, very slow. I know that.
Is there any way for like us to get that without paying for it?
Have a faster internet? I don't know. I don't know. It's very slow.
So like we can't get like a version for our own computers.
Yeah. Like when you go to the web store, you will have an option to have a virtual version or a physical version. You just choose the physical version, download it.
Oh, there is? Oh,
yes.
Okay.
I think it's available only for Microsoft. It's not available for Mac. You'll have only the virtual one for Mac. So if you have Microsoft, it will be perfect for you. Just download it. And then I guess you will need to contact someone from the IT to give you a permission for the license. And you just say, okay, I'm a student for this course and we need it. And then they will just provide you with the data, like with the details for the key and so on. That's all.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions, guys, regarding the like the features so far?
Yeah, sorry. Just to follow up on what you just said for the licensing.
Yeah.
Where would we contact someone from IT?
When you download the file, you will have two files. When you download the physical file from Western, you will have two files, a text file and the installing file. You open the text file, it says like, read me first, something like that, Open the text file, you will find like 2 sentences saying, okay, this product needs a license. You have to contact this person, this email, I guess it's called like help Western engineering, something like that. You just take the mail, copy the mail and send them an email, say, okay, I'm a student and I would like to have an access to the license, and they will assist you. They will tell you how to get the license.
Okay, thank you.
All right, guys, any other questions? All right. With the view options already, we finished the multiple views and the zoom in and out. There is, the 3D views as well. We did that. And yeah, also there is something cool as well. I think you'd like to know that. There is view, and you can go ahead for set 2D view. As I told you, you can view a specific part of the model using this method. So view, set 2D view, and then you can choose like the view that you would like to see. For example, let's go ahead and say, okay, we would like to go for z equals 6, for example. You'll see here at z equals 15 and apply. You will see that the turquoise line jump into z equal 15, right? And you can change the sides and so on. And you can change also the planes. So it's very interesting. Also, you can do the same with the view, 3D view. So you have the 3D view here. So for example, if this is a 3D, you will see that the angles here will be different. Okay, let's close, go ahead, view, set 3D view. See, those are the angles. For example, if you say, okay, I would like to have an elevation angle of, let's say 60, apply, you will see that this view has becoming different. So you can see what you want to see from a specific perspective. So you can change these perspectives, and you can just change that by changing these angles. You can just go ahead and say, okay, let's go ahead for 9, apply. Now you see from the top, you can change it to 55 and apply. You can see that. So it's pretty interesting, and you can just do so many things actually using the set 3D view or 2D view, both with the same idea. All right. That's how you see the data about the model by using like the view and to show the labels of the joints and the elements. And you can set the views, so you can see like a specific element like away from the other elements and so on, or a specific joint. And yeah, you can run the model using this small arrow that is like a small triangle. When you click on this arrow, you will see that another run message appear to you. We will not run the model analysis. We'll just have the did load analysis, case 1 and case 2, because we have two load cases. And yeah, to change like the status of a specific load, you can just click here, run or do not run a case. So if I click this one, it will not run case 2. If I click it again, it will run case 2. So you will see the action before you click OK or run of the load cases that you are going to run. All right. So at that specific settings, we will run the did load, case 1 and case 2. So we will go ahead and run. It will take some time, of course, even if you don't really have so yeah, it's running. Definitely, you guys, you have to understand that it will take some time if you're running a model, virtually. So yeah, okay, so this is the deformed shape for the dead load. It will appear automatically. To change that, so you can see the different deformed shape for different load cases, you will have to show the deformed shape from the right side here. You can see that the tab, there is a deformed shape frame. You just click on that. You will have another message appearing to you. And in this message, you can change the load case. So the first one, you can see case combo. Choose case 1, for example, and then apply. And then you will see the deformed shape is becoming different. And you can start the animation to see how this model deforms under this specific load. It's pretty slow at the beginning because it's loading, so we just go a little bit faster. So yeah, that's already on. So you can see because of the roads that we have, stop the animation and go to the other view, we can display the loads on the other view. So you can just go to display tab, and then from display, show object load assignment. We'll go for frame. This is case 1. We'll press apply. I have so many tabs at the same time. So you can see here, this is the load assignment that we have for this specific part for case 1, like the frame loads. What if we have joint loads? Exactly the same. So we go to display, so many tabs, display, show object load assignment, joint, case 1, press apply. And then those are the loads that are assigned to the joint. You can see here, these are like the arrows, and it's 15 on top in the X direction, 30 in the X direction, 30 in the X direction for these specific joints. If you would like to show the labels for the joints, for example, because we will need to do that because we are asking you on the assignment sheet and the answer sheet, okay, what would be the load for that specific joint? So you'll have to show the joint first. So we'll go to view, set display option, we'll show the labels for the joints, and we'll press apply. So you can see that for joint 12, for example, we have 15 kilonewton joint load in the X direction, the positive X direction. And for 11, it's 30 in the positive X direction, and so on for the other. We don't have any other loads on the other side, right? We can do the same for case 2. We can go for display, show load assignment, frame, and we can go for case 2, press apply. And we can see that we have loads in the X direction and in the Y direction, but it's on the frames. And yeah, so that's here you go. You can show the frame loads, or like the frame training actions, using the model, like the frame icon that is next to the deformed shape. So it is called the show forces / stresses. You press this, go to frames, and for example, if you'd like to show the axial forces for case 1 or go for case 2. So we have the case first, case 2, force, axial forces. Press apply. You will see that there are axial forces here. If you go and choose a specific element, let's say this element, and right click on the element, you will see that it has axial force of 85.58 kilonewton. All right. And choose another element. Go, for example, for this element. Right click as well. You can see that it has axial force of 63.181 kilonewton. All right. And yeah, basically that's it. So I will stop recording at the moment, and I will open the breakout rooms, and I will upload the assignment for you guys, so you can work on the model by yourself, so you can fill out the answer sheet. But before that, let me share with you something else. I can share with you another model that you guys are going to use as well, to show the importance of modeling in details. So we can go for open. There's another model here, shear wall. Okay, so this is a shear wall. The dimensions of this shear wall is 10 meters by 20 meters. And we modeled here the same shear wall, but using different number of meshes. It's very important that you know that when you change the number of meshes, it changes the accuracy that you get throughout the model that you have. For example, if you model an entire shear wall that has dimensions of like 10 meters by 20 meters using only one element, it will be completely different in comparison with using different, like for example, 8 mesh, or like even more and more and more. You will see the difference using like after you get the values. For example, if we run this model here, we'll stop the model analysis as well, and we'll run.
I don't know if you can tell, but you're not sharing the screen.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yes. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, sorry, guys. Thanks for letting me know. Sorry, so many things are happening at the same time. All right, so we have here another model that you guys will have as well. It's a shear wall. It's 10 meters by 20 meters, as I said before, and it is modeled using different mesh sizes. So for example, like this one here, it's only one element. This one is like 8 elements and so on. I guess it's running already. Yeah, it's already done. All right, that's cool. Okay, so you can show the lateral load combination. So you can see that even when you start the animation, if you show the animation, you will see that the first one is a little bit stiff, the second one is like more realistic, and so on. Then you reach the one with the higher number of meshes, it's even more realistic. So increasing the number of meshes makes you achieve a better, a more realistic approach to the real deflection or the real stirring actions that your building will actually experience. So yeah, but we have a specific limit because we cannot, have like 1,000 mesh for like a specific, 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter area. So we have a limit. So we will ask you to present like your thoughts on that as well on the assignment. To get, for example, if I'm asking you to get the details for the rotations and the displacement at specific joint, you'll just have to click on the joint and just go right click. So you will have the joint displacements and the rotations as you see here. It will be blinking, as you can see. And yeah, so the translation 1, 2, 3 are like X direction, Y direction, Z direction. So 1 means like the translation at X direction is 0.00142, in Y direction is 0, and Z direction is minus 5.9, E minus 4. And the rotations around like 1, 2, 3 is exactly like that, okay? So this is basically how to get the joint displacement. Well, let's go for another joint, for example, the same one here, but using different number of meshes. You see that the displacement is a little bit different. And instead of 14, it's 16 and so on, all right? Okay, so as I told you guys, I will stop sharing here and I will upload the files on OWL so you guys can work together. I will just open as well the breakout rooms and you can see that you will have you'll have 3 different rooms for names from A to H and from I to P and then from Q to Z. For your last name, you can just join voluntarily. I'm not assigning anyone, just join by yourself. If you'd like to work with a specific, group, you can just do that. And yeah, we will be floating around, as I told you, to assist you with any problems that you have. Do you guys have any questions so far?
Where can we find the assignment file?
I will just upload it right now. It will be available in like 6 minutes, but I guess you guys can start working from now. So you will just have an announcement from me at the moment. Any other question? All right, so let me go to OWL quickly. So did you guys receive the assignment?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So as you can see, you will have 3 files. You will have a PDF file. It's SAP2000 handout. And in this specific file, you will see like a steps to literally everything that we did today. And you will have 2 files, SDB files, the 3D frame and the shear walls. You will have to go ahead and run the models and use the handout to help you like throughout the process. And we will be around to answer any questions that you guys might have.
Is there one we should do first?
I guess you will go for the 3D frame first, because this is how we presented like the questions. So the questions at the beginning of the answer sheet would be asking questions about the first 3D model. And then the second question, like the last question actually, would be about the shear wall. So I would recommend this.